Welcome, 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 all of you, to the Create the Life You Love with Georgia Woodbine podcast. I am super, super excited that you decided to join us on this evening. I am your host, again, Georgia Woodbine, and I'm really excited to share this podcast with you because it's really about conversations with entrepreneurs, business owners, and people that are really going through career transition, especially now, right? So the purpose of this show is to really share with you like people's journeys and how they transition from where they were to where they are now and the different steps and how they did it, right? That's what you want to know. How did they create the life that they love? And sharing their personal stories with you. So we have a wonderful guest joining us this evening. Her name is Mrs. Quarisha Halevi, and she is the founder of Naked Body and Skincare. Hey, Quarisha, thanks for joining us today.
Hello.
How are you?
Great, thank you.
Beautiful. Now, why don't you just start a little bit with telling us a little bit about who is Quarisha and what made you and what inspired you to start Naked Body Skincare?
So my name is Quarisha, of course, and honestly, the pandemic. Ever since the pandemic with COVID, of course, we weren't working, and I was home and thinking a lot and praying a lot and just asking God to just guide me. Because I was stuck. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know, you know, what my destiny was, and I just prayed on it, and God definitely blessed me with Naked. And I've always had a passion for it. I've been in the health industry for over 10 years. So I've kind of knew what women was suffering as far as like yoni or vaginal area, hygiene, etc. And then I've also suffered from bad acne when I was younger. So my grandfather, being a rabbi in Ghana, West Africa, he always used to send me like black soap, oatmeal soap, just different like remedies to use. And I fell in love with it. It worked for my skin, and that's what just made me, go ahead and start investing in my own body and skincare line.
So I'm sure it was like a really tough journey, right? Because anytime you're entering into like a new field, a new job, a new environment, anything, it's always that fear of, will this work, or should I really do this? Did you go through a lot of those doubts, like when you first started your business, like really like stepping out and just saying, I'm going to do this no matter what? Like, what were some of your greatest fears that you had to confront?
Yeah, for sure. I was definitely scared. I just prayed on it. I asked God to bless me with the confidence and to just let that fear go away. We're not supposed to fear anything but God. So when we do feel fear, we know that that's, the evil side of things. So I kind of learned to fight that side of me and just be fearless, and just go after what I want in this life, because nobody's gonna get it for you. So I just know what I want my future to be, where I want my future to be, and that just made me go harder.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So what would you say the importance of keeping your health and family goals intact, because it's a struggle, right? Like, you're a mom, you have a business, you have a lot going on. Like, what are some of the things that help you to keep your goals, your family goals intact, your business goals intact? What are some of the things that you do?
Definitely taking time for myself, going to the gym, making sure what I eat is healthy, because what we put in is what we put out. So just making sure that I'm, doing what I need to make myself feel good, not only physically, but mentally as well. Because if I'm not 100%, I can't be 100% for my son or my husband. So it's definitely important to take that time for yourself and to, yeah, just take that time for yourself and just have that me time and just, you know,
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean,
Right.
self-care is one of the most important things. And like you were saying with the products, why don't you share a little bit more about the different types of products that you have and how it really helps people on that health and wellness, to live a healthier lifestyle and to really take the time out to really put that time in and figure out what it is that's going to make them better. Why don't you go through some of the products for us?
Yeah, definitely. So, of course, Naked Body and Skincare is handmade natural products. As I stated, when I was younger, my grandfather used to have send me stuff from Ghana, West Africa. So it kind of inspired me to do natural remedies. So that's why I started doing like the natural soaps, scentless soaps. It's important because all these chemicals, of course, it's not good for your skin. It rips um, your natural barrier, skin off. So it's not healthy. So that's why I kind of it kind of motivated me to go ahead and do natural products. And a lot of products that I do sell is natural soaps for acne, hyperpigmentation, dark spots, even on the body side of things like yoni care products, because a lot of females suffer from vaginal hygiene or yeast infections or bacterial vaginosis. So I kind of wanted it to be a combination. So I do yoni products, which is like the yoni gel, soaps, 100% natural oils, natural ingredients, of course. And then I also have products for, when you're in the tub and just want to relax and sip some wine. I have like, products for that, just to Epsom salt and a lot of things that just makes you not feel like you have to be worried about what's in the products or,
Absolutely. I mean, so there's so many other products out there. What would you say that makes yours different on one why someone would choose you opposed to another product? Like what is it that separates you from the rest?
natural, 100%, and I make it myself. So nothing that I get is store bought or shipped from somewhere. Everything I make is 100% natural. All the ingredients, all the herbs and the oils I get shipped directly from Ghana, West Africa. My grandfather ships it to me. So that is another plus, to know that your ingredients are coming from another country, Africa to be specific. And I think that's important to know where your products are coming from. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely important. And that honestly motivated me even more, because it's like, okay, I have that part of things. Like I have that side to where I know where my product is coming from. I don't have to be worried about, okay, um I'm ordering it off of Amazon and I have to, you know what I'm saying? So I know that made me feel definitely more comfortable to know that my products is definitely being shipped from Ghana, West Africa and stuff like that. So I think it's extremely important when it comes to putting stuff on your body, on your face, to know where it's coming from, to know who's making it, and etc.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, there's a saying, and it says, whether you believe you can't or you can, you're right. Because it's always that self belief of, you know, how can I go about this? Is this going to be successful? And, you know, going back to like entrepreneurs and me being an entrepreneur, is there's so many things that people don't know that happens behind the scenes that creates your success. And so why don't you share a little bit about like what is like one of the most important things you've learned as an entrepreneur?
Definitely taking your time, learning to take your time and to learn how to do things on your own. Um, because I've spent a lot of money investing in people to help me with my business when I realized I could have did it on my own. Um, so that's another thing that's very important. You definitely have to invest in time in yourself, because like I said, you have to it just takes a load off your shoulder to know that you can do it on your own and you don't have to wait for anybody to do it for you. And then time management. Time management is extremely important when it comes to having a family and running a business. So I've definitely learned how to focus on time management more, making sure that I'm not feeling overwhelmed. Definitely focusing on so I have a schedule now. I just did this. So during the week I'll have Monday through Friday strictly for business, and then weekends for family. That's totally normal because a lot of people do work 9 to 5, but so I just kind of like try to use that same schedule and to try to fit it into my life, and it's actually been working. I don't feel overwhelmed, and yeah, it's been working for me. So definitely time management is extremely important, and just learning how to do things on your own, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that it's so funny that you say that with time management because that's really crucial to your success. And so when people say to me, you know, I want to do this, but I don't have enough time, most people don't even realize there are 168 hours in a week. So when you say you don't have enough time, I don't really know what that means.
Right.
So it's really about dissecting your time and look at where your time wasters. Are you wasting time scrolling through social media for things that's not going to help your business? Are you busy looking, watching what other people are doing and not focusing on being authentic in your brand and being yourself? Because people are going to buy your products because they relate, right? You're relatable, and your brand makes them feel like she's a real person.
Right.
She's not just out here selling products. She understands, like, these are some of the things that you deal with, like you were talking about, yeast infections, things that people don't want to talk about sometimes, right? Because they shy away from those things, but you're like very present in it, and you're able to relate to people and say, well, these are some of the things I struggled with, and that's what really motivated me to create this product line. And I think that's how it normally happens. It's like when your brand becomes successful, it's really because you're helping people solve a problem.
Right.
So you're helping people solve that problem, and that's what's going to make people want to buy what you have. So now let's go back a little bit to like some of the challenges, right? Because that's big when you start a business. Like, you were working in the medical field, and to transition and say, I'm going to do my business full time, that must have been a big, big decision. Why
Yes.
don't you tell us a little bit about that and what was going through your mind? Because there's so many people out there, Quarisha, that's thinking about doing what you're doing, but they're so afraid of either failing or not working out or what other people are going to think, right? Because people are always worried about what other people think. So why don't you talk a little bit about what you felt and what was going through your mind when you was taking this big leap of faith to go all in on your
Right.
business?
I can definitely say that it took faith. Don't ever step out on something that you don't believe in. If you believe in it, go all in. And that's just something that I did. Also, it's important to know what you're making, because it wouldn't make any sense, of course, to just say, okay, I'm going to quit my 9 to 5 and just focus on my business when you're not making enough, because who's to say that you're going to make sales and then now you're stuck? So I definitely took that into consideration, and was just, tracking my invoices and just making sure that if I don't make this sale, that I have money put aside to pay this bill or that bill. And I think it's definitely important when you say social media and putting yourself out there, because that's something that I've struggled with. I was extremely shy to put myself in front of the camera, and like I said, I prayed on it. God would answer your prayers, but he's not going to answer it if you don't do what you need to do. So I've definitely, like I said, stepped out on faith and started to do my YouTube channel, because, like you said, people want to know who you are. Why should I buy from you? Can I relate to you? So I think that was definitely important for me to start doing my YouTube channel, to make people feel like okay, I can relate to her. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna buy from her. So I think it's definitely important to definitely put yourself out there. Don't shy away, because why should somebody buy from you if if you're shy yourself to put yourself out there? It's like, now I can't even trust you, because
Right.
for you.
Right, because you got to believe in what you're
That
presenting, and if people don't feel like you believing it, they're like, well, if you don't even have that
right.
excitement when you're talking about your products, or you don't have all that, what
Exactly.
would make me want to even invest
Hmm.
time and money
Right.
into something like that? So I think that's so true. I think that in life, a lot of people think that money will make them happy. They think if they just had that amount of money, they think that that would make all their problems go away, right? So, one of the things I've learned is that once you accomplish getting the things that you want in life, you always have a desire for more things, right? Because there's always going to be something else that you want. So, what do most people want in life? They want to be loved. They want to be accepted. They want to be appreciated. They want to be respected. And I think that sometimes people strive for those external things to fill that void. And they don't realize that the more possessions you own, the more you worry about losing those
Right.
possessions. You know
Right.
what I mean? The more you get, the more you want, the more, and that comfort, that security, you worry about not having that. So I think that, and this is why I even started this podcast, Quarisha, because it's really about talking about how to create the life that you love, and how to um surround yourself with things that give you a zest for life, that makes you excited, that makes you happy, because most people don't even believe that they have the access to create the life that they love. They think it's so far-fetched. They don't believe that it's attainable. They think it's so far away. So, I think that people like you and other entrepreneurs coming on the show, it's so important for other people to understand that, listen, we've all been there. We've
Right.
all been scared. We've all been afraid. We've all struggled with obstacles, setbacks, and all of these things. But we kept going, right? Because what happens is your words become your thoughts become your actions, and your actions become your reality. And that's how you create the life
And
that you love.
I'm gonna stop you right there because honestly, I had to. When we talk about social media is extremely toxic. So people's only gonna show you what they want you to see, and they're gonna make you see like, okay, my life is good, but we don't know what they're going through behind the scenes. So I had to take a step back and get off of social media and really have that time to meditate and focus on what I wanted to do instead of getting consumed with that poison and people living the life that they want. And how come they could do it and I can't? How can they get that and I can't? So I had to definitely sit myself aside and say, you know what, I'm gonna delete this social media for a whole 2 months. I think I did 2 to 3 months, and it definitely made me find myself again. And that's when I realized, okay, I started to gain my confidence back. I'm like, whatever she could do, I could do too. And it definitely made me feel free again. So that's important, to go ahead and realizing what you want to do and focusing on, it's social media plays a huge role in making you feel like you can't do the things that you want to do, because like I said, you see people who have things and you don't have it, and then you start comparing yourself to other people, and then it's toxic.
Definitely. And I'm so glad you brought that up, Quaisha, meditation. So, one of the things that helped me was, of course, prayer, but also meditation, and taking that time to self-reflect, and not, focusing on all those time wasters, things that's going to make you feel like depressed, or things that's going to make you feel like you're not good enough, or you don't have enough, and not comparing yourself to other people. And the only time you can get to that confidence level and that peace place is really from a spiritual place,
Right.
and you get there from prayer and meditation. So why don't you tell us a little bit? I mean, I know for me, meditation changed my life. I started doing meditation about 16, 17 years ago, and once I started meditating, I realized that everything was attainable. When people said to me, Georgia, do you think you've cracked the code to living a happier and healthier lifestyle? I say, of course I have. Absolutely. Because guess what? I realize that there's nothing missing, because I know that anything that I want is attainable. I
Exactly.
know it may take time, it may take planning, but I know I can have what I want. So talk a little bit about how that helped you with the meditation, how it even helped you with your business, to you getting to a place with of feeling so good about yourself, in a peaceful place, and also feeling like you can make those decisions without feeling like, am I doing the right thing, am I not doing the right thing? Talk a little bit about that.
I kind of feel like that all plays a role in believing in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else would. If you don't have faith in God, then you can't expect that you're gonna just come out here and just think that you're gonna get what you want. No, it don't work like that. So it definitely takes prayer, and it definitely takes faith, and it definitely takes believing in yourself that you can accomplish it. Because if you, like I said, if you don't believe in that, it's never going to happen. So you definitely have to like meditate and really put yourself in your best foot forward, and come to a place where it's like, okay, what do I want to do? Do I believe I can do it? And if I don't, God, please bless me with the confidence, and please guide me, help guide me, to show me what it is I have to do to get to where I want to be. Or, it just takes a lot of just having faith in God and just believing in yourself, for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what motivates you, to do what you do?
The fact that I don't want to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of motivates me. I want to go to the island. I want to be sipping a margarita. Something. I, I don't know, but I'm not definitely not in the office or a cubicle. So that's it's me. I don't want to. Telling me what to do, telling me when I could go to lunch, telling me when I could take vacation time or when I could take sick time. It's just too many rules. I want to be my
Girl, I hear you.
yes, rules. Telling you what you could wear, telling you how to. No, thank you. I'll pass.
I hear you. I hear you. And I think that, it once you have that motivation, and what most people don't realize, Quarisha, is that when you have your own business, you're actually working a lot more hours than you would working 9 to 5. People don't realize that.
Right.
It's like all day long your business. You're pouring into your
Yes.
business. You're learning new things. You're, learning new tools. You're learning this. So it takes a lot more effort to have your own business than it is to just showing up to a 9 to 5, because you know that if you don't do the work, you're still going to get paid. But if you don't do the work for your business and you don't show up,
Right.
if you don't show up for your business every day, you're not going to make that money.
But the only difference with that is you're doing something you love, and you're working towards something to pay yourself and not working hard to pay somebody else, like, to make somebody else richer. So that's a huge difference, and I think that should be looked at more.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that I think that too, that self-love is critical for happiness. It's critical. And self-love, it really includes having a higher regard for your own personal well-being. It's learning, like you said, to take time out for yourself and to do things that make you feel good and to do things that make you feel happy, and to really tap into that deeper part of yourself where your gifts, your talents, your natural abilities, your skills, because I'm sure like everything that you have, you pour into your business with, you went to school for certain things, you worked at certain things, you have certain skill sets. So you were able to like connect those dots
Right.
and tie them together to pour it
Yes.
into your business. So can you tell us your website and tell us a little bit more about the products, and then I have like a couple more questions because I know we only have a few more minutes, but tell us your website and where people can find you and your products.
Yes, so my website is nakedbodyandskincare.com. It's spelled out completely, and NAKED body and skincare.com. And also I have a YouTube channel, Quadisha D. My full name, QUADESHA. I just started, so like I said, I'm trying to put myself out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I do skincare products, yoni products. So it's more so for females, I would
Mm-hmm.
say. So yeah, definitely vaginal hygiene is important. So I do probiotics to keep your pH levels balanced, to maintain that pH level, to support bacterial vaginosis. I also have what is it, razor, like cotton pads that is soaked in aloe vera, turmeric root powder, lemon peel, so to help you with those razor bumps when you shave, and all of that good stuff. So once you go on the website, it's more detailed, and you'll see exactly what I sell and all the ingredients that's in it. So yeah.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Can you share with us 3 self-care practice tips?
So I would say definitely doing something that you love. Making sure you take make sure you have that self-care day. Having a self-care day is important. And definitely meditating.
Definitely. Meditation changed my life. And when people say, how do I start to meditate? There is no right or wrong way. Start out doing it 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Just take time out, turn off the phone, turn off the TV, turn off the radio. Just take that time, just close your eyes, and you can use like aids. You can put on some jazz music, you can put on some classical music, you can put on like
Yeah.
even nature sounds, whatever it takes for you to get to that peace place.
Right.
It's so important.
It is.
And there is a signature question that I ask all my guests, and that question is, if you were to look into the mirror, what would you tell your younger self?
I would say to be fearless, because I suffered from being scared and being shy, and just, I don't know, just, I feel like being fearless is extremely important, because like I said, that's, if you're fearless, there's nothing that you can't do. So it's definitely important to push that in your mind and just say, okay, I'm fearless. I can do whatever it is that I want to do. And I'm not going to be scared. I'm going to go for it.
Absolutely. Because what happens is when you take that first step and you go through those first set of challenges, you learn that mental toughness. You learn how to navigate
Right.
around problems. You learn how to become what? A problem solver, right? Because when life happens, like this pandemic, right? We had to learn how to navigate around it. We had to learn new technologies. People had to learn Zoom for the first time. So it's really about, really saying, you know what? It doesn't matter what is thrown at me. I'm going to, like you said, be fearless. I'm going to go after my dreams. I'm going to pour into myself.
Right.
And part of even why, like I said, I started this show is to really share with people out there, because a lot of people, they want to know, like when they see other people doing things, they're like, well, how did you do it? But they just need to know the whole story. They need to know that it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
They need to know that you have to be, fearless. You have to be willing to take those extra steps that the average person won't take for
Exactly.
things to work in your life. They always say, well, what separates ordinary people from extraordinary people? And I always say, it's not that they're better, it's not that they're smarter, it's not even that they're prettier, but it's just that they're doing something different. And
Right.
when you do something different, you see something different.
Exactly.
What is insanity? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, trying to get a different result. So I'm so glad that you were able to take this time out and really tell us about your products and what you do. Why don't you share your website again? Because I know we got a couple of minutes left, but why don't you tell us where your website is and where they, and when your YouTube channel is on, so they can come and check you out on your YouTube channel.
So again, my website is Naked Body and Skincare, all spelled out. And you guys can find me on YouTube, Quarisha D, where I talk about business. I talk about I do a lot of vlogs. I'm trying to be more open so that people can kind of get a glance of my personal life to relate to me a little more, aside from just talking business. So I started to just open up more and do vlogs, and just try to motivate how it is to juggle a business and being a mother and a wife at the same time. So I thought that was extremely important to add those vlogs in. And yeah, so
Well, I have to say, I am so proud of you. I love to see not just you being a young woman, a young mother, a young Black woman, just the fact that you're out there, you're doing it. You're not letting anything stop you. And I love to see young people out there with that drive, with that ambition, with
yeah,
that no nonsense attitude. Like, I don't have time for the foolishness. I'm working on my future. I'm working on my vision. I'm working on a plan. What are you working on?
exactly. Important, because what, nobody's gonna get you to where you want to be. So it's really up to you to create your own future. And if you're not gonna do that, you're just wasting time, and time is gonna fly by, and then you're gonna get old and regret. So just go after it and just do it. Just do
Absolutely. You're going to be living by default and not by intention, right? And we want
it.
people to live by intention. So I just want to thank you again, Quarisha, for joining us. Thank you so much. We're going to be blasting this interview everywhere so everybody can see Naked Body Skincare and they can get your products. So thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in to the Create the Life You Love podcast, our special guest, Quarisha. And, like I said, go to her website. Can you put the website up one more time? Put the website up one more time. Thank you, guys. And we look forward to seeing you next time.
Yes, thank you. Have a great weekend.